And there we go. Looks like we're going online. Thank you very much, everybody who will be jumping in the next couple of moments. My name is Alan, and I am the founder and creator of God and Gigs. And this is our summer website cleanup challenge. This is a challenge that I've put to myself and to several other creatives in our creative community. So I believe right now we're streaming to the creative community as well as Facebook and YouTube. Well, the creative community is inside Facebook, so really I'm talking to all of you guys at the same time. And I am challenging myself to put together my website because it was in sore need of repair, and kind of used it as a summer cleanup. What do you call it? You know how you do a spring cleaning? This is like a summer cleaning to get my website back in tip-top shape. Even though I'm not a coder or a computer designer or web designer, I felt like this was a good opportunity for me to kind of show that the do-it-yourself entrepreneurial spirit can work even when it comes to websites, and to encourage other musician friends of mine, you guys in this community, to really take ownership of your online platform. Because what I feel happens oftentimes, and I've talked about this for the last 3 days of this challenge, is that we focus on certain parts of the creative life and we leave others up to chance, or just don't want to tackle it or take any chances with it. So we wait for people to either tell us how to build our websites, or we wait for someone that has technical knowledge, or all these things, and we're worried about actually doing anything with it. And so I've identified several different places inside my own website and in other people that you've been following me and you've been asking me about your websites. I'm not a guru at all. What I'm actually saying is, by taking simple steps like making sure you have your domain name registered, making sure you know where your site is hosted, deciding where you're going to build your website, and then if you're going to hire somebody, still know what kind of things you want on your website so that it can serve your customers, and especially now in this digital age, that you can reach the customers, reach the audiences, and have the impact that you need to have. It's so important right now because everything we have is digital, especially in this age of COVID. You basically are limited. Your social media, which is rented space, is not really yours. Your Facebook profile, all of that stuff, even though I'm coming to you on social media, we really don't have control over that. It's controlled by those particular platforms. On the other hand, your website is yours. You control it. Whether or not anything happens with Twitter or Instagram, you have control over your own website, which is why I've decided it's so important that I push forward, even though it's kind of hard to work on websites in front of everybody. You guys see the mistakes I've made. You see where I probably could have made some adjustments. Some web designers are probably thinking, what is he doing? But I decided again that this is the right way for me to approach this, to help somebody else who might say, well, I have no idea how to change my domain name. I don't know how to get .com behind my name. I don't know how to make sure that there's a mailing list on my website. I don't know where to put my pictures, or whether anybody's even coming to this site, and how to figure that out. Well, if you're using Bluehost and WordPress, which I'm using, you can find out all those things, and you have so much more control over your site. And that's why I rebuilt mine from the ground up. It was on a template website. It was on one of those websites that you just kind of like put some things in it and hope it works. And I took it down, and I'm starting from scratch, and you guys are watching me as I build it from scratch. So I'm going to make sure my chat is open, by the way, make sure that I can see when people are commenting. I will be able to see chat, thank goodness, from both Instagram, from Facebook and from YouTube. So I'm going to quickly jump in here. Oops, I'm bumping my microphone here, so about that. I put my microphone in a weird place, and I got to move it out the way. Hope you guys can still hear me. Okay, so let me make sure that chat is working for everybody. And you're welcome to jump back and talk to me if you're watching this. If you're watching on the replay, of course, I'm not going to see it right away, but if you're watching this on replay later, because I know not everybody can jump in the middle of the day, you can still make comments, and I will circle back and ask and respond to your questions, anything you have regarding what I'm using, why I'm using it, what decisions I made with my website, why this challenge is important, the tools I'm using, And once again, let me just let you know, as a creative entrepreneur, I have built, using WordPress, my website already, godandgigs.com, which of course is the foundation of this particular site. And I've also did alancpaul.com, which is a work in progress, but it's a blog that's been around for almost 12 years. I've had that blog. And so that's kind of like a continuation of also reformatted that website. So although I'm not a web designer or coder, I am someone that's had a pretty long time of creating and making sure that my website at least was active and working for me. And so I'm always learning. This is a work in progress. And as you'll see, as I show you my pages, I'm definitely nowhere close to where I want it to be. But by showing you my process and being transparent, I'm hoping that it will give you the confidence to say, you know what, I can do this. And if you join our cleanup challenge and also try out our host, Bluehost, which is where my site is hosted, you can also get a bonus where I've accumulated a bunch of excellent web designers and freelance designers who are willing to come in and help you to build your website. These are highly recommended designers. This is not just a list of people. I've gotten some of the best people. Oh, thank you, Ernest. My volume's low? Wow, I didn't realize. Maybe it's because I moved the mic away. Maybe I should move it back up. Thank you for telling me. Let me see. I was afraid it's going to be too loud. But I guess it's better to be able to come back down than be not be able to be heard at all. So we'll see how that works. Thanks for letting me know, Ernest, and thank you for watching, man. Appreciate that. So yeah, it's always good to have guys watching out for you, especially on the technical side. And streaming is just one of those things that you have to get used to. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna move this mic a little closer to me too, because it just makes a lot more sense. I always worry about the mic being weird. But yeah, it's better to be closer, right? So what I was just saying was that I'm really working on making sure that my site has just the basics, because as I keep saying, I'm not a designer. But what I've been able to do so far, I'll just walk you through the last 3 days. So the first day, I really started from scratch. You can go back and look at this on Facebook and YouTube. We have all 5 days. Well, it'll be all 7 days. I'm going to do something different on day 5, on day 6 and 7. But down here in South Florida, we're dealing with a possible storm coming this way. So we just got things on top of things. You got coronavirus, and now you have tropical storms, and it's like 2020 is just bringing all the hits for us. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking you through what I'm dealing with all the way through from the beginning to end. Day 7 will be a recap. So day 1, I basically started from scratch, started to work on where my theme is, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to design my site. I've been holding up my little notepad here for a while. This shows out where I think everything's going to be working out on my website and how I designed it, how I walked it out. And again, this is just me thinking through the customer's journey. What does the customer need to find? Where do they need to go? And I'm just kind of walking through it with my own business plan and my own idea of what a potential listener or customer that comes to my site, what are they going to be looking for? Second day, we kind of got into like, okay, what actually does it look like on my site? I demonstrated working on WordPress, and I've got through WordPress, through Bluehost, which is an affiliate that we work with, and we are totally recommending Bluehost to help you set up your site. Especially 2 things. 1, if you do have a site already, but you're not happy with it. That was me, number 1. Or number 2, if you've never done a site before, but you need to start from scratch. Bluehost can do both of those things. I migrated my site, my name, alanpaulmusic.com, from the place that I used to have it forwarded to Bluehost, and now I'm building it on WordPress, hosted on Bluehost. Secondly, again, if you have never done a blog before or done a site before, you can start from scratch. Same thing, use this particular link I'm going to be showing you in a little bit, and then you can build your site from scratch, and you can get people to either help you design it or design it yourself using templates and themes and plugins, things like that. So I cannot tell you enough that this is really what all of us should be doing. One way or the other, you should be keeping up your site, tweaking it, maintaining it, adding new pictures. This is where life is happening now. in 2020 in the age of Corona. We have to be digitally sound. Our homes have to be cleaned up. We got to make sure we're always keeping things in order. And if you haven't checked this in a while, again, I know this may not apply to everybody. That's okay. But for those of you who have a long URL, your site is like blank, 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 your name, dot this, dot that, .com. If it's all that stuff and people are not able to find your site and you're not really sure what's going on with this is why the summer cleanup is happening. This is why I'm sticking with it. That's why I'm doing it. So now let's jump into where I am so far in my site. So we're going to do a little switch here. Let me get here ready to jump into my next page. Make sure I got the right page ready here. And I got to find it. And of course I lost it. All right, so let's go now. So here's what I've got so far, you guys. You're looking at my screen. And this is specifically what I've built so far. Now, some of you might remember, if you were watching day 3 or day 2, that I did not have this button here. This button here, I just figured out in the last couple of hours, because what I realized was before, if you look at my site before, I had a mailing list icon right here. So my mailing list icon was, like, say, name, and then email, and then it had get me on the inside right there. Now, what I had to do is I decided, you know what, maybe it's a good idea that I at least have a pop-up, but a very easy pop-up. And I read up on it and I said, okay, there's some simple coding that I can figure out to make sure this button shows up instead of just having that big kind of ugly looking write your name and your email there. So I went ahead and made it a pop-up. So if I can go over here, I wonder if you can see customize. I don't necessarily want you to know all the code because the code was a pain to figure out, but I at least want you to see the back end of WordPress. Once again, this is the back end of WordPress. This is me actually building my site. And I believe I was here in widgets and I was in my home section 1. This is the section. Now again, am I a coder? No, but I was able to find through using ConvertKit, I was able to find some simple coding that was allowing me to make this box here. So that's where I did that. This is a widget, a text widget in WordPress. And then I was able to change that because I tried it a couple different ways. And eventually I landed on that. So what happens now, I built this form in ConvertKit. And if you're interested in ConvertKit, you can go to godandgigs.com/ConvertKit. As a matter of fact, there's actually a workshop right now on ConvertKit. I would hate to lose any of you, but if you want to go to godandgigs.com/email workshop, there's actually a workshop happening right now on email. But I wanted to stick with this. So I might go back and watch the replay. So here you have my pop-up. And that's what pops up. So if I want somebody to go to my mailing list, I now have through ConvertKit. And then here in my pop-up, I can immediately make that. This took me about maybe 30 minutes to make. Okay, a little bit of fight, and I figured it out. And that was really my major thing I wanted on my website. I wanted to make sure that the mailing list was my first, what's called a call to action. I wanted to make sure it was a call to action. Let me say hello to Ernest. Thank you so much. Ernest is one of our great helpers, man. We've been in so many different situations together with back from Martin Memorial. Oh my gosh. We're so old, Ernest. We are so old. Okay. So let's see here. Make sure if I see any other. Oh, I can't look at that right now. All right, never mind. Let me stay focused. So that is where we're at now. Now today I said, you know what? Let me have a little bit of fun. Let's have some fun. Let's do something that's a little more fun than coding and stuff. Let's start building some pages. So, oh yeah, I forgot to show you this. And I also have this, but this is it so far. Recent shows, no other widgets, nothing else on my page. But I do like this look, the way it floats up like that. And so this is a theme I bought from, where did I buy this from? I bought this from Studio Press. It's a $59 theme. So once you get a Bluehost site, you can also go buy themes. And I bought my theme from Studio Press. You can buy yours inside Bluehost, which is from a marketplace. I think they use Mojo Marketplace. And basically all you're buying is the shell and the look. And so what you see up here, if you've never done this before, these are the sample pages. And so this came with the demo. Obviously, I'm not going to want this. I want to change all this stuff. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to play with these memos a little bit. Play with these, what's it called? Menus. Gosh. Play with these menus a little bit today and figure out what to do. So first of all, let me just publish just in case I changed anything. I don't think I changed anything here. So then I'm going to go back here. And let's go to my WordPress dashboard. Okay, so here again is my WordPress dashboard. And what I want to go to is I'm going to go here to pages. Now, on my site, what I've done is that I've decided I was going to make an About Me page because everybody needs an About Me page, right? And it's what shows what you're about. So here's the pages section of WordPress. And you can see here, there's a whole bunch of demo pages that these are not my pages. I don't want any of these pages. Eventually I'm going to delete all of them. But right now I'm keeping them because I just want to make sure I have an idea of what I'm going to like use. And there's some of these pages, I'll show you like a sample page here. And again, this is my parallax theme. So this is an example of what my page could look like. And I'm going to probably fill that in with some stuff, or I'll just delete it or whatever. But that's just a sample of what it can look like. So let's go back. Now I'm going to go back to a page I did start to build, which is my About page. So here's Edit. And I started building this this morning. So I had this bio saved from a separate bio I did a little while ago. So basically the way WordPress works is that it works on something called blocks. And so you can just easily go in, click something, and then maybe if you want to add a block here, add a block there, you click Add Block, and you can quickly go in and add so many different things. These are all, none of these are plugins, guys. These are all just things that are already built into WordPress. So if I want to add social icons or categories, or if I want to make a little divider formatting, I can go in and I can find, where is it? Layout elements, that's what I'm looking for. So I can make a separator there, and all of a sudden it appears. If I want to go over here and look at what the page actually looks like, I hit preview, and there's my eventual page. I kind of really like this typography. It's very classic. I didn't expect it to look this way, but it's a very cool look. It's a very relaxed, but it kind of fits my attitude. I want it to be both modern but very timeless, and so the look is very clean, and so I like this. So, and as you see, there's my little line that I just added. Little things like that you can, you know, again, design is a big thing, but as long as you have an idea of what you want to add, it makes it very simple inside WordPress. So what I wanted to do here is show you where I could make some quick edits, and maybe we're going to dress up my About page a little bit, and then we're going to add the About page to my menu. So musician, I'm going to learning at 3. I'm not necessarily like this as much anymore. I'd rather this be more personal. So if I want to write this from a personal perspective, maybe I would write something like, I began learning the piano, okay? And I could say my early years. You know, and I could do something like that. So I could change my bio around a little bit, you see. So it's just up to me. But I'm actually going to take out this whole section because I don't think people need to know where I was born and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to put here, MasterCard needs to be, oh, that's right. So if I just start with something really simple. Pianist, musician, composer, arranger, host, and educator who wants to help his audiences take a journey So I just really just made that up. So I'm gonna keep tweaking that. But started his studies. All right, so there's some simple stuff. I just wanted to show you how I did some edits. Now, let's go ahead and I think I want to add a picture too. I want to add one more picture. I'm not sure. So right here, I'll go to search for block, add image. I really have nothing in my media library right now, as you can see. But if I wanted to go find a picture, I could go in here, select files, and go find myself a picture. I don't have very many pictures of me right now in my, let's see. I'll probably have them. You guys are looking all of my messy stuff here. I have to go find it. Let's see where it is. Oh, I know where to find it in my particular thing. You can find it in some sing and swing stuff. So if I find myself a picture that I like, I could just insert it there. Maybe one of these. Where I was playing, I don't even see these where I was playing. Maybe that one. Not necessarily the best, but that'll work for now, just to give you an idea how you do upload media and add stuff. So there's the picture. It's a little big, but I'll put it there for now. So now I have my picture in there. Do a preview. And now there's my about page. And one thing that I've heard on other people talking about web pages is that you really don't need a lot of pictures. A lot of people think you need pictures and things like that to make things interesting, but it's really not necessary because most people have already either seen you and know what you look like. So pictures are actually things that could slow down your site. But in this case, I like the look of it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit publish. Leave it like that. As you can see, WordPress asked me what I want to do with it. Do I want to check those things? I checked it. And there's my page address about me. Now, here's where I want to add it to a menu. So where I'm going to go is over here to Appearance and then Menus. And before, you guys might have seen, those of you who are watching me right now. Oops, sorry, I don't want to go away from that. Sorry. So here's our menus. And right now, I've got all these crazy pages that I don't necessarily need. But eventually, I want to go ahead and just add my menus only. So I don't necessarily want to lose track of any of these other pages. So I'm just going to add one to the menu, and then I'll start to take away all these demo pages. But I'm just going to go over here at the pages. It says most recent. Click About Me and click Add to Menu. And now if I go down here, there's About Me. Okay, so I can slide this up because I want this probably to be one of the first things they see. Go up a little bit more. You can see where you can like do the hierarchy of it. You can move it down or up. But now it's in the primary navigation menu. Hit Save Menu. And now we'll look back at the live preview. And you'll see where I now have my About Me inside my thing. So as you can see very quickly, I have my About Me page, which is one of the things I'm going to want on my site. And again, this is something that anybody I feel, is worried about being able to build your own page. This is the part where I hope you're seeing that this is not as tricky as it seems. And you don't have to have a huge amount of information about coding and things like that. Yeah, I had to play a little with the coding at the beginning, but this is pretty self-explanatory. You want to build your menu, you put the things that you want, you make a page, you put the menu on the page, put the page on the menu, I should say, and that's basically it. Ernest says, gotta say this bit. Thank you, man. I'm so glad. You have no idea how much you just blessed me by saying that, because I've been freaking out all week wondering if this is any good or any helpful to anybody, especially me not being a web guy, and showing off how horrible I can mess things up. But so far as you can see, I haven't wrecked my site. It has not fallen apart. I wanted to build one more real quick. What was I? Oh, I wanted to do one that connected to buying music, because a lot of people know about WooCommerce and selling music and stuff like that. So I said, okay, well, how can I demonstrate that? Because I don't necessarily have a site to buy music or one particular space. But I said, you know what? What I could do is go here, same page, custom links. And what I did was I saved, or I should have saved, but I didn't save it. Let me look over here real quick and find, where can I find my own links? Let me see. I found my Amazon link a while ago. Let's see if I can go find it again. Let's go to Amazon, and I'm going to put in my link for Unclassified, which is my EP, unclassified.com. And let's see if I can find my buy link. And again, this is just a quick way. If you wanted people to find your music, here's my EP, barely information on it. Very sad, right? Very sad. I should do way better with this, but you guys are seeing the truth. So save that link, go back here to menus, custom link URL. I'll go ahead and put that. And then the link text is going to be buy my music, and add to menu. Once again, I'm going to look down here. This is just, again, this is me making it as quickly as possible, something that will keep my listeners and my people that are listening, they can find what they need to find in a simple way. There we go. Save menu. And now let's just go check and make sure that link works. And this is all stuff that was not on my original site. Buy my music. Now let's see here. Oh, it's not letting me do it right here. I wonder why. Let me look at my menus, see if I did something weird. Menus, primary navigation. This is live, so you'll see the URLs right there. I wonder what I did wrong. I might have to check into that, guys. See, there you go. It's one example where things didn't work exactly the way I wanted it to work. I was hoping it would. I do think I know what happened, though. I think it might have to be this may have to be a submenu. I wonder what it'll do there. About me, buy my music. Nope, still not letting me click it. So I'm gonna have to work on that one. So another example, something I could work on. Now, what I could do, since that doesn't seem to be acting right, I could just simply make it a widget. Go over here to my front page again. And I'd rather it be above the fold, but right now, if it's not behaving in terms of a menu, which I'm still wondering you know what? I'm not going to give up. Give me a couple seconds. You guys are watching this live, as you said. About me, line page tags, custom links, add to menu. Let's see here. These are all the possibilities of pages I could add. I'm going to have to read up. You know what? Is it just because of the way I put it in? I have a feeling it's just because of the way I put it in. And now I lost it. I can't remember where I put it. I lost the page. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, I remember I put it right here. So I'm going to type it in again. And let's just see. HTTPS, Amazon. Let me get rid of the www. Just curious. And one more time. Buy music. Or I might try my iTunes link to see if that works. Buy music. Yeah, there's something about the menu that I'm going to have to figure out, that maybe it added one too many things. And I'm going to try one more thing. I want to try to add that to a different part of the menu. I'm going to go ahead And let me see, remove it. And we're going to go to a different menu, private magazine, and this is a footer menu. So maybe if I could put it down here, you guys see what those are? I'm just curious to see if it works somewhere else. If not, we'll give up. And I have to work on this on day 5. There it is. Open link in new tab. Well, it's still open, so the link is active. So maybe it's something with the menu that I need to go make sure that custom links work out. Oh, and of course, you just have to publish if I want to save that. So there's a couple of things. Do I have to refresh? Yeah, that might be a possibility, Ernest. I might need to refresh it and get rid of the cache and see if that's a reason why. Because as far as I know, custom links are pretty simple. I've done them before. And so I'm not going to want to post or anything else like that. Now, what I was about to say is that I could go build a page, maybe one of these cool pages over here. I could like try it with maybe a landing page. See how there's a landing page already built in? So maybe I could put my thing in there. But what I was hoping was that I didn't have to have a separate place for them to go to. So I'll have to decide what I'm going to do with that. That's a good example of where you have to make a decision. Okay, does that make a sense, or should I try something different? But yeah, that was the basics. So here's my site so far. Again, sign up page now. About me page is added. And that's it so far, but I can add more stuff again as we go. So I hope that has really been helpful, guys. I'm really enjoying this actually now. I didn't think I would enjoy it at first, but now I'm starting to enjoy it because I feel like I'm making progress and it looks way better. I wish you could see my original site. The site that I had before was, I mean, it wasn't awful. Like it just, I just had no desire to update it because it just looked the same all the time. And I was limited. Now I have so many other options in terms of colors and things like that I can change. So it really makes a big difference in terms of that stuff. Oh, checking out right here. I see Lem, Scott, you guys checked in as well. Thanks so much, man. I can't see everybody that's watching, but thank you so much for checking in. Also on YouTube, anybody that's checking in on YouTube, thanks for checking us out as well. So that is our creative checkup challenge for today. So takeaways, pretty easy to build pages. About me page doesn't take a lot. Blocks made a lot of sense. I've used blocks before. Didn't get complicated today. I want to add music to my first page, so I'm going to have to look at those menus, try to figure out how I can use those menus a little more effectively, make sure that the custom links work. And one quick thing, I probably don't want people to go away from my page to go to get music, so I probably am going to research making sure that there's a link inside the page, which I can do through other things like Gumroad, and Amazon also has links, so you can simply put the link inside the page, and then it will simply run there. There's also tons of plugins, and I haven't even gotten to plugins yet. I've just taken as simple as possible, but if you want to use a plugin, you can use plugins to do that. Awesome. Thank you so much, Ernest, man. I appreciate you checking in. And yeah, doing it live was tricky. It's scary, but it does prove that it's doable. I'm now very confident that in the next 3 days, I'll at least have the template set up. So if people come to my site, they can sign in, they can buy music, they can find out about me, and they can see my calendar dates and things like that. Like that, even if I don't get it all done, it'll be 99% done in 7 days. And that was my goal, was just to have the site up and running to where people could do what they needed to do. And then I can always continue to tweak it, which is what I'm continuing to suggest. So that's where you can go sign up for the challenge. I am creating bonuses for people who sign up for the challenge. This is for everybody who's watching, but the only people who get the bonus of my top designer recommendations, people who have, I would put high on the list of people that can help you create your website. If you run into little snags like I just did and you need help, you want to go to one of these designers, but I'm only sending that list to people who sign up for our cleanup challenge by signing up there, or by going to GhanaGigs.com/Bluehost, signing up for their new plan, which is $3.95 a month. Simple, 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 simple to sign up and get started revamping your website or starting afresh with your website, hosting it on Bluehost, not one of those places that host it for you. Bluehost works with Wix and they work with Weebly, but WordPress, as you can see, is not too hard for you to figure out. As a matter of fact, I've never used Weebly and Wix, but I feel like I'm doing pretty good with WordPress, even more than I would with any of those other template sites. And WordPress gives you all the flexibility. So Bluehost works so well with WordPress. They have incredible customer service 24/7. I've met them. I've actually been at a convention with them where they helped me figure out what to do with all of my links. I had hundreds and thousands of links. Wasn't sure what to do with them. They helped me figure out how to navigate that and to use the right plugin and not to do the wrong thing because I was about to do something crazy with my website. They made sure I didn't do it because I was able to talk to them directly. So Bluehost is what I recommend for all of you who are thinking about changing over your website, moving your website over to a new host. Knowing where it is hosted is so important. If you don't know where it is, you got to find out where it's hosted. So go to who.is and you can go find out where your website is hosted if you don't know. And then if it's not hosted someplace where you have total control over it, I totally recommend that you go to GhanaGigs.com/Bluehost and sign up for their $3.95 starter plan. Let you build a website. Oh, and I forget, free domain name for a year. So a lot of you, let me throw this at you real quick. If you do not have a website that has your name and you have something.wix.com or something.squarespace.com, you probably don't own your domain name, and that's a bad situation. You want to own your domain name. You can do some other stuff around that, but it'd be perfect if you just own it and the site has your name. You don't have to do any weird things with the site. They go to your name, that's your domain. Bluehost will let you register. You can sign up for it there and you can get it for a year for free. So you own your name for a year for free as part of this program. You don't want to miss out on this, so definitely sign up. The bonus that I'm offering along with that with the top designers only lasts up through tomorrow. So if you don't sign up, you'll miss out on that bonus of getting top designers recommended to you from somebody who's doing it right now. Okay, so that's been today's today's cleanup. I will get back to it tomorrow. I'm going to work on some stuff. 2 o'clock tomorrow, same time, 11 o'clock Pacific. Hope you guys are being safe out there. Enjoy and really think about this again. All the stuff we talked about. You can build this, you can make it, you can dress it up, you can change it, you can do the things you want to do, but you got to know where to go and how to do it, and you got to explore and work on it. And by the way, real quick, all those changes I made, nobody's seeing them because I have a plugin that says coming soon. It keeps everything from being shown. So I'm very safe and I can make all the changes I want. Trash stuff, make it up, change it. And just because I have a single plugin, it keeps everything from being shown online. So it's, again, shows you all the flexibility that I have to retool my site without having to worry about people seeing it in the meantime. Okay, so thank you so much for being a part of this. Ernest, thank you for checking in. Anybody else that's watching the replay, remember we have one more day of a 2 o'clock show, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll probably do a little different time. I'll let you know, and I'm probably going to do a Q&A as I finish building the site, and you'll see the final example on Sunday. I've got 3 more days to get this worked out, but I feel very confident I can do it now because of these tools. All right? God bless. Take care. Thanks for joining me, everybody.